We're drifting through time today, from ancient Greece and imperial China, through Victorian tales, to my garden here in England, all to uncover the wonder of the peony. A touch of myth, a bit of magic, and plenty of blooms. Settle in. It's going to be a lovely wander. Ah, the peony. Even its name feels like a whisper of silk on the wind. With blossoms as soft as clouds and as sumptuous as velvet gowns, the peony holds a kind of quiet majesty, graceful, generous, and impossibly lovely. For centuries, these blooms have enchanted poets, painters, and dreamers alike. They appear just for a moment, a breath of time, like a secret shared at twilight, then vanish, leaving us longing for their return. But though their flowers are fleeting, their spirits endure. The peony is no fragile beauty. These are flowers that outlive generations, some lasting nearly a century, blooming again and again as if by quiet promise. No wonder we fall in love with them. How could we not? But the charm of the peony lies not only in its beauty, it also blooms in the rich soil of legend and myth, whispered through the centuries by gods, nymphs, emperors, and even jealous fairies. In ancient Greece, the story begins with a nymph, so radiant, so delicate, that Apollo himself, god of the sun, was utterly captivated. Her name was Peonia. But as she blushed beneath his gaze, Aphrodite, the goddess of love, grew envious, and in a swirl of divine mischief, she transformed Peonia into a flower. And so, the peony was born, forever soft, forever blushing, and quietly guarding the secrets of ancient hearts. Across the world, peonies have inspired fascination. In ancient China, long before the Dutch fell under the spell of tulip mania, there was peony mania, a sweeping obsession during the Tang dynasty, when these grand blossoms adorned imperial gardens and scrolls alike. The Chinese gave them names that translated to flower of riches and honor, and king of the flowers. And for a time, the peony was even considered the national flower, a living emblem of prosperity and power. In Japan, the peony stands for honor, good fortune, and feminine elegance. There's even a lovely saying, "She stands and sits like a peony and walks like a lily." Isn't that just poetry? Yet not all stories were so kind. In Victorian England, the peony carried a slightly darker aura. A wilted bloom was thought to bring misfortune, and digging up a healthy peony? That was said to disturb the fairies, making them irritable, which, as any proper Victorian knew, could be terribly unlucky. Best to leave well enough alone and admire the flowers from a safe, respectable distance. So, a flower of contrasts, both delicate and enduring, bold yet bashful, fleeting yet timeless. And while the peony may have mingled with gods and emperors in the pages of history, in the present day, it's right at home in your very own garden. No royal title required. Of course, like any true aristocrat, the peony appreciates a touch of proper care. A bit of sunshine, a well-chosen spot, and perhaps a kind word or two as you pass by with your trowel. So let's roll up our sleeves, grab a cuppa or a watering can, and step into the garden where the real magic happens. Here are a few tips for keeping your peonies happy. Planting time. Autumn is ideal, around September to October, depending on your local climate. Think of it as tucking them in for a long winter's nap. Sunlight. They do love the spotlight. 6 to 8 hours of full sun per day is perfect. Dappled light in the afternoon is fine too, especially in warmer regions. Depth. Plant tubers about 2 feet deep. Not too shallow, not too deep. just enough to feel secure, but not smothered. Soil: rich, well-draining, and slightly moist. Mix in a bit of compost at planting time. It's like offering them a 5-star hotel bed. Spacing: give them a good 3 to 4 feet of breathing room. They'll grow into it, rather like a child into their school blazer. Support: if the stems start doing a dramatic swoon under those heavy blooms, feel free to pop in a peony ring or a tomato cage. They won't mind. They quite like the attention. Deadheading: once the flowers start to fade, snip off the heads to help the plant save energy for next season's show. Think of it as a gentle curtain call before the encore next spring. Patience: peonies are in no rush. It may take them a couple of years to bloom fully, but when they do, it's worth every moment. And perhaps most delightful of all, peony plants can live for generations. Some bloom happily for over 100 years, outlasting trends, governments, and quite possibly your garden shed. If your heart's now blooming with peony love, give this video a like, and share your favorite flower or peony moment in the comments below. And do hit subscribe, because next up, we're wading into a storm of petals and perfume, the most gloriously fragrant roses in my garden. It's going to be lush. It's going to be romantic, and it might just make your screen smell good. Until then, mind the fairies and happy gardening.